I got an email from Scott Whitlow. He says, Jacob, I'm trying to find a video that you said if you only have time to do one exercise, do this one. It was something about training joint specific angles. Can you guide me back to that? So everyone has a training economy. We're all busy. So what should you be doing? Well, you know, if you in an ideal world, you should be doing all the 9 things to increase your vertical leap in a full program. But if you can't, then I would recommend you do one exercise that would hit the big 3, meaning that it should work your technique, it should work your strength levels, and also your explosiveness. And so what I have is, and this is probably what you're talking about, I recommend this workbook, the #1 vertical jump exercise. If you could do one thing, and again, you should be doing more, but there's really no excuse to not just do this one exercise. And the reason it works well is because it's going to target your specific jumping sweet spot. We all jump differently. We all have different limb lengths. And it's going to target your specific body, your specific weaknesses, where you need to be explosive. And then it's going to target what I call the big 3, which is strength, quickness, and technique all at once. And when you get those all down pat, they work together. One complements the other, complements the other. Technique is something that I want to talk a lot with you guys about, because if you don't have the proper technique is, let me get into this maybe on tomorrow's live, but technique is something you guys need to be working on every single day, because technique is what helps you express your strength and your explosiveness better. So this is the exercise. I'm not going to walk you through this. This is a free workbook you can get at jumpworkbook.com. You set up the exercise with your cell phone so you can see what your sweet spots are. I tell you exactly how often to do it. You can use the charts to measure yourself each day. And, you know, a funny thing about charts, charts are not simply for tracking your progress. That's not really why. I mean, yeah, it does track your progress, but what it does, anything you track, you get better at. That's just how it works, because you know what you did last time, and you know that you want to improve. So mentally, you've got a target, and when you got a target, you just perform better. I remember I had my son hanging from a chin-up bar, and I just told him to hang, you know, for as long as he could, and he hung for like, I don't know, 17 seconds. And then I said, well, now I'm going to time you to 17 seconds, right? And this time he did it for like 47 seconds. Well, then, you know, and that was just from measuring it. Well, then I got people to watch, and then I hung him from there again, and I timed him, and then he hung for like 70 seconds, going from 17 to 70 seconds. So going through this, when you do the workbook, tracking is not an optional thing. It's not like, oh, I know I'm getting improvement. The tracking is what dials up your intensity levels, and intensity levels, as far as jumping higher, is what's going to make all the difference. Intensity, training at a higher intensity level is absolutely required. It's absolutely required. You can't just do this exercise. You got to do it like want it. So anyways, guys, this is, let me go back to who your name was. Mr. Scott Whitlow. This is the workbook and the video you're talking about. Do it. Update this thread. Tell me about your progress. I get testimonials from this one exercise alone. And so you can imagine how much better you can do when you start doing the full range, all 9 things. So that's where it is. Let me get to the URL for you guys. It's jumpworkbook.com. It's free. You just pay for the ship to your house. I think it's $1.95 to ship it to your house, unless you're international. Guys, if you have more questions, just post them below if you're seeing this later. If you got questions about your diet, if you got questions about the exercise you're doing, about your jumping technique, about becoming more explosive, about becoming more anything, whatever it is, let me know, and we'll jump on here and try and answer your questions. So see you then. See you tomorrow.